Hey guys, Grifton here, and today we're going to be talking about how to increase your haste in raiding. But before we get started, please take the time to like and subscribe. It really does help me out. Also, if you want to see me stream live, check me out over at twitch.tv/Griftonish. I'm streaming quite a bit lately. Okay guys, so haste, it is kind of our thing. We're going to be using the Haste Pot, if you don't know, Potion of Speed, or we're going to be using it as often as we can, and I'm going to tell you how to use it most efficiently. But also another trick that we found out that came from our Discord from a guy named Bearbus. We'll get to the whole thing. Okay, so first let's talk about potions. If you do not know, they have changed them from TBC to Wrath. In TBC, they had a 2-minute cooldown, used them every 2 minutes, it worked fine. However, in Wrath, it now works slightly different, whereas you can only use one potion in combat. So once you're in combat, you can't use a second potion. Once you've used it, it's over. So you've got to kind of plan it accordingly because you can only use it once. However, something that people do a lot and you may not think about is you pop it right before the pull, and by doing that, you get that extra bonus of a potion. And then once the cooldown hits, you can use it again in combat, allowing you to use 2 potions per fight. That is kind of the play. Now that's kind of, everyone knows that. It's not a big deal. If you don't know that, I hope that's helpful. That's not what this video is about. This video is actually about engineering. So engineers get something called hyperspeed accelerators. That's actually probably the main reason engineers get this. I'm just going to read it. Permanently attaches hyperspeed accelerators to a pair of gloves, allowing a skilled engineer to increase their haste rating by 340 for 12 seconds. The gloves can be activated every minute. So that means once a minute, you get to increase your haste by 340. That is a lot, especially if you're popping your Potion of Speed with another 500. You put those together, that's 840 haste. That's a crazy amount of haste. Now, those are not new, but this is the thing I'm trying to explain. So right now I'm wearing Storm Shroud gloves. When I proc them, like when I set them off, I'm going to click it right here. You have a 1-minute cooldown, but if I switch gloves, you see it's only a 30-second cooldown. And the 30 seconds isn't because it borrowed half or something. It's because it just has that cooldown that when you equip it, you have to wait 30 seconds. What this means is you can actually swap these and only have to wait 30 seconds before using it again. However, because they are gloves, you can't swap them out in combat, so you can only do this once. So what you're going to want to do is just like the haste potion, which is why I wanted to explain it. You would pop it right before combat. You put your gloves on, you pop it right before combat, and then as soon as you walk into combat, right before you walk into combat, you'd switch them so that you only have a 30-second cooldown on your next haste. You can only do this once per battle because you can't, but you can continuously do this. Now there is one caveat: that cannot be the same gloves. I don't know if this is because of a restriction. I don't have 2 pairs of gloves to test this. This is just what Bearbus said. They have to be different named gloves. I'm using Storm Shroud because I have it on me. But there are other decent gloves that you could swap comfortably. Of course, this is the tier set, so you'd be breaking the tier set every time you swap it out. So just keep that in mind. But essentially, I'm going to demonstrate it really quick. So I've got my Storm Shroud set that I don't want to wear. And then I've got essentially my macro for Potion of Speed. So when I press this, I'm going to get both the Potion of Speed and the hyperspeed accelerators. I'm actually going to put it so you can see my haste. I think they put it under spell. They do. Haste rating is 31. So let's pop this and see what happens. 904 haste. And as you can see, my gloves swapped, and I only have 20 seconds until I can use it again instead of the full minute. It's super handy in raiding, guys. If you're planning on min-maxing, this is something you definitely want to think about doing. Get a second pair of gloves for Nax. Have a good time about it. Anyway, guys, that's all this video is about. I just wanted to get this information out there so you guys can benefit from it. Thanks for watching, and as always, guys, take care.